Signed by Stan Lee. I didn't even mention that in the ad. That increases the value hundreds of dollars. I haven't opened this book for a long time, apparently. Signed by Stan Lee. I didn't even mention that in the ad. That increases the value hundreds of dollars. I haven't opened this book for a long time, apparently. What's strange is I could have sworn I purchased this on eBay. So then when could I have had Stan sign it? How strange is that? I guess we all remember things differently, don't we? It's tightly in. The staples are tightly in. This book has not got loose staples, I don't think. Let me take a quick look here. Notice the awesome art by Ditko in this Amazing Fantasy 15. The very, very first appearance of Spider-Man. The color is great. Pages are off-white, very supple, very supple. No brittleness, no browning, the slightest yellowing. Complete, has all the pages. Beautiful other Ditko stories after the first Spider-Man appearance ever. Whoa, okay, guess what? There we are. That's just sort of like out of the staple right there. It's a great comic. Monster from the Morgue, drawn by Al Avison. Captain America and Bucky. And these are the pages inside. The art isn't that bad, actually. Pretty frightening, actually. Thanks for visiting Graphic Illusion. Put a dash between the graphic and illusion.com and you can visit my website. I do have this also on eBay under Graphic-Illusion. Paper is subtle. It is rare from the 1940s. So this is a complete comic. All the pages are there. Rookie McQuirk, I never heard of, by Red Holmdale. These are the other stories in this comic book. Another Captain America, Sub-Earthman's Revenge. Great characters. Queen Medusa. Here's the spook. Captain America comic book, number 17. They actually number the pages at the top. There's a Fighting Yank. Pretty trippy. Captain America, Machine of Doom. They give you lots of pages. We're already on page 49. 51. 53. With quicksand. Oof. That's amazing. Quality art and stories here. Cosmic rays even back then. Carried forward to Fantastic Four comics. The secret stamp. Okay, you can see right in here the spine that there was wear. Or is wear. Here's the back cover. But look at this interesting change in comics. This is when some serious change started to occur. Jim Steranko put out Media Scenes Preview, but he brought like an interesting art style to comics. In fact, just like Barry Windsor Smith, I believe, they brought some of the best work in graphic narrative. Sequential unfolding. Every panel is a masterpiece. Every drawing is 1,000 times better than a Peter Max. This is not crystallized dogmatic form. It's nicely rendered. See how this is like missing the lower staple? But otherwise, this book is probably in VG plus, fine minus range. See, this very, very influential, this time period of comic books. This story is complete, and I am Graphic Illusion. Put a hyphen between the graphic and illusion on eBay, or visit my website, graphic-illusion.com. This is neat because it's sort of got a horror story. But Nick Fury is a spy. I personally don't like horror stories so much. I never watch horror movies. I'm interested in science fiction. And Nick Fury does fit in that realm. A lot of the stuff predicted in the 60s probably does now exist, and who knows if it did existed before that. Both Jack Kirby and Steranko were ahead of their times, as was Ditko, Barry Windsor Smith, and others. Look at this two-page spread in the middle. I'd like to own the original art for that. A nice gnarly tree. A gnarled tree, a swamp. Some scary hellhound. Castles. Action. Excessive violence. Sort of like the kind of violence you could find. No, not quite as bad as Cocaine in His Name is Savage. This has a little more style and class. You know, Cocaine is awesomely great in his way. So this is by Jim Steranko, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Apparently the entire issue is all by Steranko. Must have been given a lot of leeway by Stan Lee, the publisher author. I used to buy. I bought Superboy #1 from Howard Rogowski for $10. Later I bought another copy for $300 and sold it, of course. So Nick Fury, you know, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., was originally Sergeant Fury in the Howling Commando comic book, and they allegedly killed him off a few years ago, but there's a tie-in to the Avengers, and you'll be seeing the movie with S.H.I.E.L.D. and Avengers characters, I think. So there it is, Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. #3, and I'll sell it. I'm putting it on eBay in a few minutes. Contact me anytime you want to buy my comics by simply visiting my website, graphic-illusion.com. Put a dash or a hyphen between the graphic and the illusion. Bye-bye.
Hi, thanks for visiting Graphic Illusion. This is the origin issue of Captain Atom. In reality, the material inside may have been printed in a different magazine or comic book prior to this, but I like the idea that it's number 75 of Strange Suspense Stories, June 1965, all by Steve Ditko, and it's an origin and everything, so that's a very wonderful thing. Price guide's around $200 for near mint. I'm asking $250 because it's a childhood treasure. It's in pretty nice shape. It's not mint, but it definitely is fine to very fine range, with a little bit of wear right down here on the front cover. And since I'm attached to it for some reason, I won't tell you why, that's my minimum price. May go down to $200 someday if I needed money, but rather have it in my collection for now. And the great thing about it is when Ditko does it, he really does it well. I'm double checking here because I felt like maybe there was another page right there. It's really hard to do in one hand. Zoom. Zoom, zoom. Yep, there was. There we are. This one over here, this one page, not Ditko. A one-page story. But everything else in this book, apparently, so far, is Steve Ditko, the creator of Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, with Stan Lee. And why did we love Captain Atom as a kid? Many, many good reasons. One of them is that he was so space-oriented that if you read a Captain Atom comic book at night, you'd probably have dreams of floating and flying. A lot of ads back then. Advertising is actually considered black magic. I think propaganda is even worse. Look at that. Now when you see all the nebulas from Hubble space, I mean, comics really don't compare to that. But when you're a kid and you're flying like that, there's a freedom. You're not being tortured by family or friends or random other kids on the way to school. You're reading comic books and you're using your imagination. Not only are you reading, but you're enjoying art. You're learning perspective. I could go on, and I have in my other 250 plus videos on YouTube. Again, I'm Graphic Illusion. Come visit my site, http:// whatever it is, graphic-illusion.com. I'm also on eBay under the same name, but you can always buy directly from me. Here's one that is not Ditko, called Out of This World. That was my stomach growling because I don't eat breakfast. I should. Everybody says it's really good to eat breakfast, but I think I'd be dead by now if I did. I like a large lunch. Like the former Pope. This almost looks a little sovereignistic there, that face right there. And so from the imaginative field of mind comes Captain Atom. Origin issue. Strange Suspense Stories, number 75. And because I have that one out, I have the next one out too, which I keep them all in this sort of hard plastic top loaders. A lot of great Ditko in that Captain Atom, I'll tell you that. One of my favorites. And this one's one of my favorites too, Strange Suspense Stories, number 77. I'll probably always keep these two. And apparently I'm going to now sell this one. It's sold to some guy back east. And it's worth 70 to 90 in the price guide. Based on the fact that it isn't perfect mint, I'm just letting him have it for 50, and I'm even paying the shipping, so he's getting it for 45. From my personal collection, owned a really long time. And it looks like it even has the Blue Beetle. Well, no deal is set until I receive the cash, so it could still be someone else's. Have an excellent day. I'm going to check out what Overstreet says on Captain Atom number 83. I spent a lot of time doing this. This is the latest Overstreet. It's just one of the versions of the cover. And hey, I turned right to Captain Atom. How exciting is that?